Chelsea, be scared. Liverpool, be scared. Aston Villa, you already learned today. Man United 3, Aston Villa 1. We are back. We lost against Newcastle, but that was just a blip. Because you know why? Carrick has a system. The way that we are playing football right now, it doesn't look like we're lost. You know why? We're managing games. Why were we sluggish in the first 30 minutes, you ask? Because, that must be on Carrick. He should be playing way better football. We saw against Arsenal, Man City. Do you know what the difference between Arsenal, Man City and right now is? The difference is we have not had as many big breaks before Arsenal and Man City. We were playing back to back with intensity. It was just after the December period, by the way. So our players were fit and they were in momentum, which is why we could carry that forward into the Arsenal game, into the City game. And that's why we dominated them. But you play against Villa after almost 11, 12 days out. This is one of the better performances you could have given in the first half. The dull 0-0, well, at least we didn't concede. That's the best part. Villa, though they scored the one goal by Ross Barkley, the only chance that they had through the entire game was Ross Barkley and Tammy Abraham. Guess what happened with these two chances? It was both caused by individual errors by our very own players. So the system works. The defensive structure, which prevents any other team from getting a chance, is solid, which means Carrick has done his job. We're bypassing the midfield right now because Casemiro's leggy, Mino's leggy, and we're trying to use Cunha and Mbeumo through the wings, but it does not always work because sometimes you need to play through the midfield. That's the only critic if I can give Carrick. That's it. But apart from that, what I'm seeing is that my team is actually performing. They are pumped up. And when it became 1-1, let's be honest, guys, nobody for a second thought that we were going to draw this game. This wasn't giving Newcastle vibes. It wasn't giving even the Crystal Palace game vibes where we're like, maybe there's a chance we could drop points. We all knew we were going to win this game one way or the other. When they scored one, we were like, we're going to score two. And when Abraham nearly scored, all we were saying was, if they score from a corner, if they score from however scammy goal that they want, we're going to score a third. And guess what we did? We didn't even need that second goal conceded because we went on the counter. Bruno Fernandes, by the way, call it what you want, but this guy is player of the season. Even if you hate him, the one thing you can't deny is that in a league, in a world of football where people don't know how to create chances anymore, people are very robotic, Bruno still produces like a classic number 10. And he's not only just producing like a classic number 10, because we've had De Bruyne, we've had Ozil, we've had players that are better than Bruno, obviously. But we've had those players never break that 20 assist record. And Bruno is now 4 away, guys, from equaling that record. 4 assists, by the way, for somebody like Fernandes in this league with the players and the way that we are playing in the attack. Guys, this could be achievable in the next 3 games. The next 3 games being Bournemouth away, who are very, very vulnerable on the attack. A Bournemouth team that even when we never used to score goals like that, we scored 4 under Ruben Amorim. A Leeds team that might be defensively astute, but again, another team that pushes a high line. And what do we love playing against? We love playing against high line players. And, well, Chelsea, the way that they're playing right now, you could have the Chelsea that plays against Barcelona and spanks them 3-0. Or you could have the Chelsea that lost to Newcastle that didn't even show a little bit of fight. And the more the way that you see Rosinha playing, you think that it's going to be a Chelsea that would try to defend, but at the same time, when they get the chance, they're going to progress, which means leaving space in behind. What I'm saying is Bruno could break that record in the next 3 games. And don't be surprised if he does. Which is why player of the season, I would give it to Bruno Fernandes right now. Because there's nobody else in the league who's even pushing for that right now. And I've been Bruno's biggest critic. Not for 1 year, for like almost 4 or 5 years. And this season, set aside the fact that he's getting assists. Set the fact aside that he's getting goals. The main point is that even in build-up, he's the one creating. He's the one who's being the catalyst for any creation that's happening. Now, he does have his bozo moments though, because people are going to forget that Bruno lost the ball in the midfield today. And it's because the Aston Villa attack broke down because there was no options in front of Buendia. That is why Bruno didn't almost lead us to conceding a goal. And at that point, it would have been 2-1. And in that crucial place, we can't lose the ball, which is why we can't call Bruno world-class. However, in this current market, he should be player of the season. And 2 assists out of nowhere. He should have got a third because I don't know what Sesko was doing on the third one. But That shows you the creation that Bruno Fernandes is offering. And guys, it's about time that we have this conversation. Mbeumo, his ceiling is a squad player, right? I don't know if any of you have been underwhelmed, but sure, he got his goals against Arsenal, Man City, Tottenham, Liverpool, and that was very important. But if you want to contextualize it that way, Sesko's got us very crucial goals. Cunha, like he did today, has got us very, very, very crucial goals in crucial games. So we can't just discount those off as well. So it's not special that Mbeumo's the only one scoring in big games. Now, if you look apart from that, and you look at Sesko's attributes, Sesko's movement in the box, movement outside the box to create chances for himself is world class. And his heading ability is world class. His pace and his using of his body, his positioning is world class. Cunha, his ball dribbling skills, especially when we're winning, is world class. His erratic ability to just cause chaos, which got us the second goal, which got us the third goal as well, that is invaluable. Which is why Cunha, Sesko, those are going to be starters in our team one way or the other in next season. But Mbeumo, we have to talk about him being probably a squad player. But as a squad player, this is probably the highest level you can ever get. And nobody's going to be arguing if Mbeumo's coming off the bench and he's creating chances, he's just causing chaos. That's exactly what we want. But Mbeumo on the bench for Sesko, guys, it has to be a real deal. Because even against Newcastle, we don't get a lot in play when Mbeumo starts as a number 9. When Sesko comes on, he has an impact. But think about this multiplying. Over the course of the entire game, we could have Sesko doing this, where he's facilitating play, he's making the movements in the box. Bruno Fernandes can find Sesko anyway, anyhow. So all we need to worry about is really getting the ball to Sesko. And if you really want, Mbeumo can come on for Ahmad, who, by the way, didn't have that well of a game. But we can have chances created into Sesko. And I need to cover Ahmad as well before we wrap things up, because Ahmad was shocking today. We can call it as it is, and we need to call it as it is, because Ahmad has been poor this entire season. He's had his moments where in pressing he's been outstanding, but when it comes to final third efforts, Ahmad's been underwhelming. Contrast this to last season when he was near perfect, when he, I would argue, was one after you or on par with Salah, was one of the best right wingers in the Premier League last season. Now contrast that with what he's doing this season and he looks like a shadow of himself. But when the team is performing the way they are, the way that Casemiro is scoring from nearly every set piece, all I'm saying is we have another 3-4 more games with him at Old Trafford. You can bring in Elliot Anderson, Adam Wharton, Baleba, whoever else you want in midfield, but they are not replacing the fact that Casemiro scores from set pieces, because they are not deadly like Casemiro from set pieces. So, yeah, we're going to miss him. And Maguire is another one who offers a lot. Maguire, guys, outstanding player. This season, the fact that he has come into this team and now it's been so seamless that we've not even realized De Ligt has been injured. That's the level Harry Maguire has been performing at. Guys, this is the Maguire that we signed for 80 million. So now, if you were to ask me today on 16th March 2026, was 80 million worth it for Maguire? I'm going to hold my hands up and say he has been worth it. For the sole fact that after all the struggles that Maguire had, after sabotaging our chances of winning a trophy, chances of winning games, Maguire has picked himself back up to the point where I'm begging that he signs a contract at the end of the season, because we cannot replace Maguire for the money that is being touted. We need a world-class centre-back otherwise, because Maguire, ball-playing wise, is outstanding. He's a presence. He's a brute. He can score from set pieces. He's a threat in set pieces. He's a threat in our own box in clearing set pieces. So, guys, we have the perfect backup centre-back. Euro made a challenge. He was not good today. However, Euro's challenge probably saved us in that first half, guys. And it's these kind of moments that really build you into a top 4 side. And this is what I feel. If Liverpool later on draw to Spurs, I think we've wrapped up top 4. That means we are in the Champions League for next season. Anyways, outstanding win, insane win. What did you guys think about this?